We'll take care of it. Nice to meet you, man. What's up?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you located?
Central Alabama, so
Okay.
about 30 minutes south of Birmingham.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm in Kansas City.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, it's great to meet you. And before we get into your life, what I want to know first and foremost is COVID did its thing to all of us, really kind of changed a lot of things. How did you get through that 3 year period? And how has it changed the way that you do life now?
This is what this is all about, really. I come from I was into prepping, doomsday. When I was younger, I really got into 9/11 and figuring out the corruption of government. And anyways, I started studying money, started getting into that rabbit hole. Anyways, it just went south, and so I was like, end of the world was coming. Well, of course, COVID hit, and then it was like, here's my dreams come true. It's like my nightmares. So anyways, man, I would just struggle with alcohol. So I work a lot, and I was just in the closet. Didn't want my wife to know. And I've been watching this guy on YouTube forever talk about nutrition and fitness, and the things that I should be doing. And finally, man, just kind of hit me and broke down. I called him. I signed up with the nutrition fitness, and man, within 24 hours, man, all my anxiety, depression, just from working out, eating healthy, and it cured me. And so that's pretty much what I'm doing here, just kind of spreading that, the news of nutrition, fitness, and how I dealt with it, man, because like literally went from super negative, like the world's coming to an end, to like, you know, just from nutrition and fitness. I know it sounds silly and a lot of people don't understand it, but it cured me. And like I said, that's kind of what I'm doing now, is just kind of letting everybody know that, the depression, the anxiety, a lot of people deal with it, and there is a cure, I feel like, and it's
Yeah.
daily habits, daily routine. And that's my story of COVID, because it definitely changed my life for the better. You
Yeah.
find your deepest, in your darkest places where you kind of, come out of. So that's kind of my story.
No, I don't think it's silly. I think it's logical. I mean, I remember when I started rounding corners in my life to get to a healthier place, the whole thing was that 90-day thing. It's a habit. If you stick it out, you go through it, and there's just small things that you can do that will add up, that will not only increase your mortality, but it will help your brain and it will allow you to feel as though you can get over anything that you want. And I think that's a part of the process. It gives you that confidence and that health that you need to, especially as you get older and our bodies respond to age, to get to a better
Absolutely.
place. So
Absolutely.
I find it one of the smartest things that we can do as humans is to take care, because there's all these things that we put into our bodies and it's really up to us. And sometimes people hit that wall where they've done so much, they can't turn back. They can't say, well, I want to do this now. I mean, it's never too late, but it's still that thing where if you can make a choice early enough in your life, it just becomes a habit, becomes a part of your DNA.
Now, what did you hit a dark spot? Did you kind of come out of something, or
I was
what
I was
what's
just
your
a
backstory?
I was just at a point in my life where I was like, I need to be around for my kids. I don't want to eat all this stuff. I don't want to consume all of these things. I'd had family members that had health issues, and I'm like, I I I saw that they got to a point where it was too late. And it's like, I need to make the decision to do something now that will stick with me.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, yeah, it's just the whole ball of wax, man. And as you probably know, there's so many aspects that go into it, but once you make that decision, it's like it's a domino effect. Everything starts getting affected in a positive way.
Yeah, and everybody around you, your family and everything, man. And that's where I've learned, man, words are empty. Words are meaningless.
Uh-huh.
It's all action. That's kind of I'm in that religion of action, like I don't care what you believe. I don't care what you say. What are you doing? And that was what was taught to me, like I would listen to people that didn't have any results in their life. And my
Yeah.
coach come in and said, listen, quit listening to anybody. If they don't have results, if they're not doing it, quit listening to them. And then I started realizing, even in my low spot, man, I was a hard worker. I put time in, I worked hard, and I was listening to people that didn't work as hard as me, didn't have the work ethic as me. And I'm not rich, but didn't have the money I had, didn't have the family, the family life I had. I was a family man. Even in that low spots, I was doing more than most of the people around me. And I would listen to people who didn't have what I had. And anyways, it was just really good that we should listen to others, but the correct ones to listen to. I love, and that was my problem is I was listening to too many people. I would listen to here and get pulled over here and pulled over here. And like I said, man, I don't want to take financial advice from somebody poorer than me. I don't want to take health advice from somebody that's not as healthy as me.
Yep.
And it's just not being honest with yourself. Like we should always want to progress. And I love people that are smarter than me. I want to get around people that are, way wiser than me because I know I can learn something from them. I have no ego when it comes to learning.
Yeah.
I only want to be around people that know more than me and that are smarter than me. And I've always had that. I wasn't smart enough to pick up that I should only be listening to certain ones and not everybody. So that was kind
Yeah.
of my story.
So let's get to the crux of what you do for a living. If you were in front of a bunch of third graders at a career day and one of the kids looked up and say, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" How do you answer that child?
I cut grass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're clearly an entrepreneur. Have you been doing this your whole life?
Yeah, so in high school, before high school, my dad used to, I was always a hustler. I always wanted money. I always was fascinated with money and I didn't want to beg my parents for it. I don't know. It was just one of those things that I was picked up on early. And my dad started taking me to yards and got hooked on that. And, of course, I had to go to college. You got to go to college, got to college. And, anyways, I started my own landscaping business, cutting grass like in high school. I went and bought a mower and, I was making more money than most grown people, at the time in the summer. And so I really got hooked on that, then got into college and going to community college, half the time. And so I was making more money than any job that I could get that early. So got hooked on that. And then I went to college, got a 4-year business degree, and I went and worked for a pest control company for a little while in Auburn, Alabama. My wife was going to Auburn, and anyways, I was going to try to do the MBA thing, and it just didn't work out. Moved back home and just started working, and here I am.
So who's been kind of a hero for you in your life?
Man, I got so many of them. Listen, so when I cut grass, I bought YouTube Red, which was the smartest thing I've ever done. On YouTube you can buy and download videos. So I work 8 to 12 hours a day, and I literally just consume content all day, but it's good. I'm listening to billionaires, I'm listening to financial, I'm listening to real estate, monetary stuff. So I've got so many, as far as just like on different aspects. I got into philosophy real big and getting into, financial stuff. And right now, of course, my coach is Wes Watson. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He was in prison for 10 years, and he kind of broke the mindset of the negative mindset or whatever. And that's the one I've been watching him for a couple of years. And then I signed up with his nutrition fitness business. I would say probably him right now would probably be the one that kind of got me out of the rut I was in.
So you may have already answered this, but if you can meet anybody in the world right now and spend some time with them, who would it be?
There's a bunch of them, but one of the guys that I've always looked up to is his name's Francis Hunt. He's a financial advisor, or not a financial advisor, he's a financial guru. I would probably say him. I resonated with him a lot, just understanding the world and economics and also ethics and morality. I would say probably Francis Hunt. A lot of people wouldn't know him, so but
Right.
that would be my hero.
So what is the motivator for you every day? What makes you get up and move and do all these things that you want to get done?
Okay, so this was an easy one for me. I've always, as I've went through my journey, I keep hearing this from other really smart, wise people. I've always wanted to be wise. That was my thing. And when you ask for that, you get what you ask for. And sometimes to be wise, you have to go through hardships. But they always say everybody, this is everybody's really purpose, but a lot of people don't know this, is to heal yourself and be healed. So I know how bad I was off as far as finance. I mean, mentally and anxious, and I just want to like give that to other people. That there is some hope, and that you're not going to get it in material things. I was chasing money. I was chasing success with that stuff, and it's all internal. Everybody's chasing external things. I wouldn't trade my inner peace for Donald Trump's money, Warren Buffett's money. I wouldn't do any of that. So I'm in an internally good place, and I can honestly say that now. Before I did this, I would have always said money, money, money. But of course, everybody says money doesn't make you happy, but they don't understand what that means, really.
So what is it that you've done in your life that you're the proudest of?
I would probably say what I'm doing now as far as starting this coaching business. And look, this is so against everything that that I was my personality. I was super shy. I would never make a video on the internet. Now I do it every day to help people. Like just that fact alone is a miracle that I could actually get on the camera and talk to you right now without totally going, stuttering and, crazy. So that's what I would say I'm proudest of is helping people is what I get out of it.
So let's say you have a dream tonight, you run into the 20-year-old version of yourself, and you could give that young version of you a piece of advice based on what you've learned up to this point. What would you tell that young version of yourself?
You know, I would have give you a cliche answer before this, but probably nothing. I think everything that I've done up to, and a lot of people wouldn't mean that. I think everything happened for a reason for me. I needed to go through all that. I needed to go through, and I'm proud of myself of where I've come. You know what I mean? So I can say right now, I just let it go. Just let it go and just let everything play out the way it is.
So let's get to the apex of everything here. Everyone has a perception of you, family, friends, clients, colleagues, but you run the show. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
Hmm, that's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody that doesn't give up. Uh, yeah, just grinding every day, and I'll be honest with you. Sometimes it's like I don't even know why I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm on this schedule, and I feel like a higher calling. You know what I mean? I'm doing the Lord's work. I'm doing God's work. Uh, I don't know, man. When you get a peace about it, and you get reassurance every day. You get lows, you get highs, but yeah, that's what I would say. Just somebody that's relentless, that's not going to give up, and I'm going to help as many people as possible. And that's why I'm on here. To get my name out and try to help people.
It's forward progress. It's fulcrum. It just,
That's it.
just move forward.
Never stopping.
So a little bit of frivolity here. If you could witness any event in human history firsthand, what would you love to have seen?
Man, and listen, I'm a history buff. You're killing me right now. Hang on. Uh, man, I don't know. See, I'm deep in the conspiracy, so I would even, I've been digging into Tesla a lot here. Like, I don't know, are you familiar with Nikola
Oh
Tesla?
yeah.
I guess, I mean, I would say something like that, like some of those experiments, kind of like I think he had the free energy,
Uh,
stuff. Like, there's a lot of, something like that. I guess, something that I feel like history is agreed upon lies. I'm kind of like Napoleon Bonaparte. History is just a bunch of agreed upon lies. I don't even know. Hey, listen, if you ask 100 people what happened during COVID, you'd get 100 different
oh
answers, and
yeah.
that was 4 years ago. Now imagine what would happen if you went back 100 years. 200 years. Nobody knows what happened, in
No.
my opinion. As time goes, everybody gets really, clear what happened in history, and we don't know what happened last year. So I would say that kind of stuff, like, something that was like something's been hidden from us, I guess.
Yeah. So Lane, if anyone wants to get in touch with you, learn more about you, your story, your life, your services, where can they go?
They can go to my Instagram. It's Lane LanePullger, and you can find me on there. I post every day. You can hit me up. Like I said, I do nutrition, fitness, mindset coaching. And if you're ever struggling with anything, everybody has to be active. Everybody needs to eat properly and do physical exercise. I feel like every day to get clean, to get clear.
Lane, this has been great, man. Thanks for opening up. Best of luck. I love the story. It's just all about, determination, perseverance, and getting there. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
good you got the piece, man.
Thank you.
Cool. Hey,